The Maasai Mara, a name that resonates with untamed beauty and thrilling wildlife encounters. Nestled in southwestern Kenya, this iconic destination offers a glimpse into the raw essence of Africa. It's a place that captivates visitors with its breathtaking landscapes and rich biodiversity. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Lauda, and I've spent the past few years traveling around Africa and Europe. So if you like travel content, whether it's travel vlogs or more informative videos like this one, make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell for notifications. In this video, I'll tell you everything that you need to know before you travel to the Maasai Mara. First, let's dive into what makes the Maasai Mara truly special. Firstly, its landscapes. Picture endless golden plains stretching as far as the eye can see, punctuated by iconic acacia trees and meandering rivers. The Mara's varied terrain offers a kaleidoscope of natural beauty, providing habitats for a remarkable array of wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, the Maasai Mara is renowned for its extraordinary biodiversity. Here you'll encounter the famous Big Five: lions, elephants, buffaloes, leopards, and rhinos, alongside a plethora of other fascinating creatures. From graceful giraffes to majestic cheetahs and elusive wild dogs, every safari drive promises thrilling encounters with nature's finest. Bird life is also prominent within the park. Some bird species that can be found here are vultures, marabou storks, secretary birds, hornbills, crowned cranes, ostriches, and long-crested eagles. But what truly sets the Maasai Mara apart is its annual spectacle, the Great Migration. This natural phenomenon is considered one of the most spectacular wildlife shows on Earth, where millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles embark on a perilous journey in search for greener pastures. The migration cycle begins in the southern Serengeti of Tanzania, usually around December and January, where wildebeest give birth to their calves during the calving season. As the dry season progresses, around March to April, the herds start moving northwest, driven by the instinct to find fresh grazing grounds and water. By June, the migration reaches its dramatic peak as the herds gather along the Mara River, braving crocodile-infested waters and treacherous currents in a thrilling display of survival. This is a prime time to witness heart-stopping river crossings as thousands of animals plunge into the river, creating a frenzy of activity. The journey continues into the Maasai Mara, where the herds remain until October, feasting on the lush grasslands before retracing their steps back to the Serengeti. The cycle repeats itself year after year, ensuring that each visit to the Maasai Mara offers a unique and unforgettable experience. Beyond wildlife safaris, the Maasai Mara offers many more unforgettable experiences. One highlight is the hot air balloon safari, a magical journey floating above the savannah as the sun rises, casting a golden glow over the land below. It's a surreal and serene way to witness the Mara splendor from a unique perspective. Another must-do activity is visiting a Maasai village, where you can immerse yourself in the rich traditions and culture of the Maasai people. The Maasai are a semi-nomadic ethnic group inhabiting Kenya and Tanzania, particularly the regions around the Maasai Mara National Reserve and the Serengeti Plains. Renowned for their distinctive customs and attire, the Maasai have a rich cultural heritage and beautiful traditions. One of the most recognizable aspects of Maasai culture is their attire. Adorned in vibrant clothing, Maasai men typically wear shukas, which are colorful blankets wrapped around their bodies, while women typically wear lots of intricately beaded jewelry. Each bead holds symbolic meaning, representing aspects of their life, such as age, marital status, and social standing. They're also renowned for their pastoral way of life, revolving around cattle herding. Cattle hold immense significance in Maasai culture, symbolizing wealth and status. Cattle are not only a source of sustenance, but they also play a central role in traditional ceremonies and rituals. Visiting a traditional Maasai village is a chance to connect with Kenya's indigenous communities and gain insights into their way of life. It's definitely something I recommend, and if you're interested, I posted a video about my experience visiting one of these villages a while back, so I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to watch it. Now let's talk about where to stay in the Maasai Mara. Whether you're seeking luxury lodges with panoramic views or intimate tented camps nestled in the wilderness, you'll find accommodation options to suit every taste and budget. Many lodges and camps offer eco-friendly practices and immersive safari experiences, ensuring a comfortable and sustainable stay. I chose to stay at the Maasai Mara Soba Lodge when I traveled to this region. There are numerous Soba lodges around Kenya. I also stayed in their lodges in Nakuru, Naivasha, and Amboseli, and I really loved all of them. These lodges are mid-range accommodation that offers luxury quality. They went above and beyond, and I had an incredible stay. If you want more luxury though, you can stay at a place like the Mara Serena Safari Lodge, or if on the contrary you're looking to stay at a camp, I would recommend the Naibor Camp or the Mara Ngechi Safari Camp. When preparing for your safari adventure, packing the right gear is essential, so be sure to bring lightweight, neutral-colored clothing for optimal comfort and camouflage, along with comfortable walking shoes, a white-brimmed hat, sunscreen, and insect repellent. And of course, don't forget your camera to capture those unforgettable moments. If you need more information on safari logistics and what to pack, I have a video just for that called Everything You Need to Know Before You Go on Safari, which would be perfect for you. And if you need help with the logistical side of traveling to Kenya, such as what to do about visas, how to get around the country, etc., I also have a video titled Everything You Need to Know Before You Travel to Kenya. I'll leave the links to both of those videos in the description down below in case you want to watch them later on. Okay, so let's talk seasons. The Maasai Mara experiences two main seasons, the dry season and the rainy season. Now, if you're after some serious wildlife action, you might want to aim for the dry season, which typically runs from July to October. During the dry season, wildlife viewing is at its prime. The animals gather around waterholes, making them easier to spot. Plus, the weather is mild and dry, perfect for those game drives and hot air balloon safaris. This is also when the Great Migration happens and when you can see the river crossings. Now, if you don't mind a little rain, you might want to consider visiting during the short rainy season, which spans from November to February, and that's when the Mara comes alive. The landscapes turn lush and green, and it's a birder's paradise with all the migratory birds fluttering about. And then there's the long rainy season from March to June. Now this period sees heavy rains, which can make the terrain muddy and challenging to navigate. It's generally recommended that you don't travel during this season. But here's the kicker. It's also the birthing season for many animals. Picture cute little lion cubs and wildebeest calves taking their first steps. It's a magical time if you don't mind getting a bit wet. Personally, I chose to travel to Kenya in late March and early April, and I don't regret it one bit. It didn't rain that much, and I saw lots of wildlife even though it wasn't prime season. I also got to see lots of baby lions, giraffes, elephants, zebras, gazelles, and much more, and Kenya is so beautiful when it's green. In my opinion, you can't really go wrong when choosing the time of the year to visit the Maasai Mara. The Mara is beautiful all year round. While the Maasai Mara is undoubtedly the highlight of any Kenyan safari, why not extend your adventure by exploring other nearby parks and reserves? Consider combining your visit with a trip to the Serengeti in Tanzania, where you can witness the Great Migration from a different perspective, or venture to Ngorongoro Crater, Lake Nakuru, and Lake Naivasha, each offering its own unique landscapes and wildlife encounters. The Ngorongoro is definitely a highlight on the Tanzanian side of the Rift Valley, and it's also very unique because it's located in a former volcanic caldera. Lake Nakuru is one of the best places to see white rhinos in Kenya, which are highly endangered and very difficult to come across. And Lake Naivasha is one of the most beautiful places I have been to in Kenya, and it has some truly wonderful landscapes. One of the best places to book a safari to the Maasai Mara is Get Your Guide. So the reason I recommend Get Your Guide to book your safaris and not other places is because in most of their activities they have flexible payment options, so you can reserve now and pay later. And they also have a free cancellation policy. So you can cancel your booking up to 24 hours in advance and receive a full refund. And this is great for any activity, but particularly for safaris, which are very expensive, it's a great thing to have. So if anything were to happen to your trip and you can't go for some reason, you can always be sure that you will get your money back, and personally that gives me so much peace of mind when I travel. It's also super easy to find the activity that you're looking for on Get Your Guide. They have lots of options for safaris in Kenya, so you can pick the best one for you, and they're also super easy to book and they're great quality. So for example, I found this great safari to the Maasai Mara on a budget, and I also found this one that combines the Maasai Mara and Lake Nakuru. There's also this option that includes the Mara, Nakuru, Naivasha and Amboseli, which is a very similar experience to the one I did, so I highly recommend it. And there is this one which combines the safari in Kenya and in Tanzania. So as you can see, there are many options for you to choose from based on what you want and your budget. I'll leave a link to all of the tours that I mentioned in the description, and I'll also leave a link to the homepage at Get Your Guide in case you want to browse a bit more. It doesn't cost you anything extra to book through these links, but they do give me a commission, so I would really appreciate it if you use them if you end up choosing to book your safari through Get Your Guide. And as always, if you liked this video and found it useful, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in my next video.